Welcome to Growing Belleville Through Community Chats, a podcast presented by the Greater Belleville Chamber of Commerce to help highlight, promote, and enlighten people, businesses, and community events in the Greater Belleville Area. Here are your hosts, Stephen Sedlak and Eric Huber.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Growing Belleville Through Community Chats presented by the Greater Belleville Chamber of Commerce. I'm your co-host, Stephen Sedlak, along with Mr. Eric Huber. How are you, Eric?
I'm doing good, Stephen. The holiday season is upon us, man.
And the cold weather's here with it, too.
They typically come hand in hand, I guess.
Yeah, I know. It's the beginning of a long 4 months in this area of cold weather. Wait, we have a different kind of episode here today. We're kind of focusing more on the holiday season that's approaching. Don't really have a guest on here today. We're just going to kind of talk about some of the things, events that are going around in Belleville. Probably a little bit shorter than most episodes we've done, but we just kind of want to get the word out. It's a good time of year, and of course, just still coming out of COVID. It's a good time for people to get out and enjoy some of these fun festivities. Of course, today we're recording this here on the 22nd. Tomorrow is the 23rd when this is dropping. And of course, Thanksgiving's here on Thursday. And then always, of course, in Belleville, the long-standing tradition of the Santa Parade down Main Street. I think that's at 10 o'clock or so. Yeah, 10 a.m. On Friday. And, you know, before we hopped on here, I know me and Eric were talking about, Eric, I remember as a kid. That was the thing that I always looked forward to after. I kind of looked forward to it more than Thanksgiving, to be honest with you. Heading down there and just seeing the parade and getting out a little bit.
Yeah, it started here. Growing up in Belleville, you went to the Santa Claus parade, and it's kind of cool now. So I have a 8-year-old daughter, Tess, and now that's become a tradition for us. I work at POS in the banking industry, so we are typically working. Bank is open, but the Friday after Thanksgiving is a typical day off for me. I request pretty early in the year because I know the Santa Claus parade. I'm not going to miss it. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I think it's anybody that grew up in Belleville. I think it was always a tradition. It kind of kicks off the holiday season, I feel like, around downtown. Because, just now, late last week and into this week, today here, you just really see them starting to ramp up downtown, putting up all the holiday wreaths on the light posts, the decorations, of course, at the square. Just really starting, and then, of course, Thanksgiving's here, and then that was, for me as a kid, that was kind of the real kickoff to the season, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. You see Santa coming down that last float, man, and he's waving. It's time
got
to
the bag full of candy, right? Yeah, it's a month after Halloween. You're getting a bag full of candy from a parade. All right. Well, and then after that, there's a whole bunch. And the chamber. We can put a link on this at the bottom of this podcast as well too. There is a flyer, I guess you could say, that Belleville has put out with all these activities. We're not going to hit them all because there's literally 2 pages of this thing, but we will put it a link when we post this for everybody done. It's very put together. So we'll just hit a few of these here. And speaking of downtown in that area and where they're decorating, as of Friday is the German Christmas market. Eric, you know how to pronounce this better than I do.
The old Christkindlmarkt. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, we're going to go there. Everybody knows what it is, though. It's the little houses down, a little market with the shops that are there through the holiday season. Of course, with Santa being there for pictures as well, too, which will be a nice addition. Because I don't believe of course, 2 years ago, I guess it was last year when everything was going down. So last year, I don't think they had him there. So that'll be nice to get that back. Because that really draws a lot of people downtown, I feel like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You got the Santa shop right downtown on the square. As you said, they, we had some dinner at Copper Fire last night, so we had to circle the fountain a couple times for Tess to see they got the tree up. They got the carolers around there. They got the nativity set there. But yeah, that market's right there. Right across the street from Santa shop, so it's a good little place to go and spend some money for the holidays.
It is, and that's, we're talking about Friday with the parade and everything. Well, Saturday, of course, this isn't just a Belleville thing. This is all across the country, just Shop Small Saturday. And I think it's extremely important, I think, for everybody here to, even if it's not on Saturday, just at some point over this holiday season, to really make an effort to shop at these small local businesses, because they have had it rough the last 19 months now, I guess, and things are slowly picking back up. But to be able to help them out and, mark a few things off of your Christmas list or your holiday list goes a long way. I know the Amazon of the world is just so simple, but I think I think this year is a good time to make a strong effort to help support these small shops.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, you nailed it with, these people have, had a tough time this last year and a half. And, I know we've focused, even with the chamber, different chambers in this area, the focus has been how can we get back, getting the events, getting the word out there, getting in the stores. And I always go to, you're going to get that customer service from those guys too. It doesn't, obviously you can swipe a button and, Amazon, your stuff's here in 2 days, but, going down there, seeing the actual family business owners working behind the desk, working behind the scenes, coming out, saying hello. Most of those people downtown Belleville, they know our names. Every time we walk in, they're saying hi, and it's just a cool feeling.
Well, that and they've been there for majority of the people when they're needing donations, or sponsoring a sports team. Amazon and Walmart don't do that, where these businesses do. And I think it's a perfect time. I know last year was a big push for people as well too, but I think Saturday is a big push. If you're going to be downtown for the parade Friday, come back down Saturday, hit up these businesses that are down there. It's a great time to be down there. There's stuff to do for the kids all over the place. Doesn't matter if it's Friday or not, but Saturday, all this whole next month, there's just going to be a lot to do for your kids to come down and see and just have a good time and support these businesses. Grab lunch while you're down there. Great restaurants we have down there.
Yeah, it's starting to. They've done a great job with, the renovations with Main Street. All those restaurants now, time, effort, money they're putting into it as well. It's coming back to be a good place to be during the holidays.
I agree. We also, of course, want to mention the movies with Santa, or movie nights with Santa. I apologize, that the Belleville Chamber is putting on again this year after the big success it was last year. And they got 3 dates again. I'm trying to pull it up here real quick to see what movies are showing. Again, but the 3 dates.
I was going to say, you're looking. Those 3 dates are November 27th, December 4th, and then December 11th again. I believe all the showings start at 6:30 as well. There at the
Santa will
Drive
be there.
in Belleville.
Yeah, and Santa will be there for pictures. All right, let's see here. The list of movies we have are... I don't think I pulled up the list properly. Well, and that, of course, doesn't have it either. You think I would have had this up before, but... But I do know... Here, let's see here. It was a huge success. I believe all nights last year did sell out. So I'm assuming they're probably going to get that way. All right, here we go. This Saturday, we have Frosty the Snowman and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then on December 4th, we have Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And then December 11th, we have Elf Buddy's Musical Christmas, which I think is important to note that that's not the original Elf movie, but kind of a spin-off, a musical version of it. But still, all good movies that kids will love. They're probably going to watch them anyway. Get out of the house for a little bit. Go down, support the drive-in, and get your picture with Santa. I think it's a great event. Speaking of Elf, I do believe that is the original Elf is one of my favorite Christmas movies. It wouldn't be my favorite. Home Alone's my favorite, but Elf's pretty far up there.
Home Alone's good. Elf. Christmas Vacation. I can watch.
It's a hard
that.
top five for me to pick. It really is. It's a hard top five. I could probably name 10 that I could put in that top five.
Yep. I would have to say, Christmas Vacation is one. One of our when we go over on Christmas Day, Lauren's aunt and uncle, he's got that thing. It's kind of like Christmas Story. He runs Christmas Vacation 24/7 on the loop, all day long. That's number, the Santa Claus, Tim Allen, that's got to be up there too.
I tell you, a few years ago, about 5 years ago, I guess, right before my wife was just pregnant at the time, we threw a Home Alone Christmas party, and everybody had to come dressed as a character from Home Alone. And it did not disappoint. It was phenomenal. You had somebody come as the spider. Somebody came as Buzz's girlfriend. They had the frame up and everything. It was phenomenal. People went all out. So it was like a combination of a Halloween party with a Christmas party. So we've talked about doing that again since it's been 5 years and let it recycle through. But it was, we had everything. I had it decorate. I had the little micro machines sitting around. I had the movie Angels with No whatever, that movie that they made up. I found that on YouTube, had that playing on repeat on the TV. We went all out. It was a hoot. So
I had paint cans on the string on the top balcony.
I had Michael Jordan going around on a train. I'm not even joking. The amount of money I wasted on that party was whatever. People had a good time.
That's funny.
All right. One of the next items we want to hit up here is on December 19th is the Holiday Pops Christmas Spectacular by the Belleville Philharmonic Society over at Lincoln Theater. And I really want to point this out because me and Eric were talking about this before we hopped on, is that, and Eric wasn't even aware of it, that the Belleville Philharmonic Society is the second oldest continuously ran Philharmonic in the country, just behind Boston. Boston's number one, and Belleville Philharmonic is second, which is a pretty elite class to be in, which is Boston Philharmonic Society alone.
Yeah. No, like you said, we were talking about it before, and it blew my mind. You even said that. I've barely even heard of it living in Belleville, and here it is. We got it in our backyard. Second longest one out there in the country. Go out there, check it out, see it. It perked my interest, of course, so I'm definitely going out there to take a look and see what it's all about.
Yeah, and it's a shorter drive than going over to Powell Hall in St. Louis and seeing theirs, which is nothing against theirs. They have a phenomenal location, phenomenal film work too. But you got something a little bit closer to town. You'll help support Lincoln Theater as well, and you'll be downtown. Get a bite to eat before you go to that or after. It's a 1 p.m. show. So again, it's just a weekend event to do something to kind of get out and support them and enjoy the holiday. So it's definitely one we want to point out here. A couple other ones, of course, you got to get to the Christmas lights aspect of everything, getting the kids out, driving around. That was a staple growing up for me as well, too. Of course, the Shrine, that was the go-to. And as things have gone, my opinion, the Shrine was kind of the godfather of it, started it, at least in this area over here. And, of course, more have come on since. But the Way of Lights is just always spectacular.
Yeah, Way of Lights have, again, just kind of like the Santa Parade. It was something you did every year. You hopped in the car. You were cool because the parents got to let you unbuckle the belt seat, in the car, and you got to stand up and sit in the front seat type of deal when you're little. So, they do a wonderful job out there at the Shrine. We had them on Worldwide Technology, the Raceway up there as well. I know we're talking Way of Lights, but, they started last year their Way of Lights or, light showcase, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, and theirs is more related into, theirs is a different aspect, right? Because they have the music that plays along with it as opposed to the Shrine, it's very interactive. Both of them are spectacular shows. And I think he said, when we had them on, he said they're going to double the size and double the lights that they had last year, which last year was spectacular in and of itself.
Yeah, he mentioned how great it was, the support, obviously, people going to see it. Again, we were in COVID, but I don't think that's going to change anything this year. I know last year probably people were wanting to get out, but They did. It was a great show. Like you said, 2 totally different shows. Highly recommend both. Like you said, the Raceway is going to be more interactive, the music and everything. The Shrine, I guess, is more built on, the story of Jesus and everything like that, obviously being at the Shrine, but both just tremendous light shows.
Yeah, they truly are. And I guess kind of the last thing that we want to hit on here is, because, the holidays isn't just about Christmas or Hanukkah or any of that. It's you lump in New Year's with that as well, too. And there is a show at the Lincoln Theater with Old Salt Union on December 31st. Doors open at 7, shows at 8:30. I mean, Old Salt Union's a local band. They're right here from Belleville. I know a few of the guys I went to high school with. They're a great band. Get out and see them if you're looking for something to do. Again, you'll be supporting downtown, supporting the Lincoln Theater, and just getting out and seeing a good show for one. And if you haven't, I'm sure most people have heard of them. Give them a whirl on YouTube or check them out. Check their music out. It's very good.
Yep. No, they put on a great show. I mean, they've been, how long have they been together now, Stephen?
God, probably at least 10 years or so, I would say, if not a little bit longer.
And they've always come home. They put on a good show. I know they've done. They've been out at Eckert's before when they've done their summer concerts, just put on a great show. Cool little band. Like you said, local guys, just traveling the country, man, in their van, taping themselves, making some music. Yeah.
So anyway, I think we're kind of rambling on here a little bit. I think we've covered a lot of good stuff here for people to get out and take a look at. Again, we'll be putting this list out, hopefully when we put this out as well too, for everybody, they can get it, because there are some things on here that you might not be aware of as well too that are around. It's just a good informational packet to have that'll kind of get you to understand everything that's going around in the Belleville area and just the Southern Illinois area, that's Metro East area, I guess I should say, of what's going around. So, you got anything else to add, Eric?
No, I mean, let's get in. I know we're going to come up here shortly, but what's one thing that Stephen and the family? What's a holiday tradition you guys either brought from when you were a kid or that you guys have started lately?
That's a good question. I mean, let's be honest. Most holiday traditions come from the wives, from their side of, they want to bring over from their side of the family, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. And I guess if you're looking at from my end, a holiday tradition that my family was, it is the Christmas Story. Our whole, extended family, my aunts, uncles, everybody. Some of them we talk throughout the year randomly. Some are, live distant, far away. But we get a text from each other every year with little lines from, at Christmas time, with little lines from A Christmas Story. So, that's probably the main one that we've kind of focused on. And I brought my wife, probably brought on 10 different ones from her family, which is fine. They're all great as well. What about you?
Good. Like you said, I enjoy it. It worked out great. My family, we always did Christmas Eve. Lauren, we've been dating forever, married now for, 10 years, but they always did Christmas. I better correct myself, 11 years coming up here shortly.
I can edit
but
that,
they always
don't
did
worry.
Christmas Day, so it was great because, we had time with each family, which was perfect, and that's what it's all about. For me, though, Christmas really kicked off this past weekend. Me, my dad, my brother, we're deer hunters. We own some land down in Evansville. So we go down shotgun season. That's kind of the kickoff, puts you in the mood for the holiday season. Down at the clubhouse, it is 24/7 Christmas music. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving every year. So, obviously memories down there with dad, little brother. Maybe a couple seasoned Cokes, adult beverages while we're down there as well. But that weekend is just the kickoff to the holiday season for us. That's for sure.
I will say one tradition my wife's family does, and I'm a big fan of it because I'm a big food guy. her family's Italian, and for Christmas dinner they make homemade spaghetti and meatballs with their true Italian recipes, and it's like a 3 or 4 day event of them making the meatballs and everything, and it all accumulates, Christmas night. Most times, unless we got to go to Kansas City, where her parents are originally from, and eat with everybody out there. But that's the big meal, and it's there's nothing, in my opinion, that beats homemade pasta, and it is phenomenal. The meatballs are just spectacular. So that's a tradition that I very welcomed into our traditions, I guess. So
nice, good, man.
Well, good. Well, again, everybody, we will put this list out there. Please reach out to the chamber if you have any more questions on any of these events. But at this point, everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy the holidays as they kick off, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Growing Belleville Through Community Chats podcast. Please remember to follow and subscribe to this podcast and share with your friends and community leaders. For additional information from this podcast, please reach out to the Greater Belleville Chamber of Commerce.